everybody, and welcome to Bugbear's Basement. Today, we are continuing our Forgotten Realms adventure in the Moonshea Isles. What will our crew do? Will they live? Will they die? They are marching, of course, on Farview. Farview is supposedly the center of this werewolf rebellion, uprising, murderous pack. I don't know. Who knows? A lot of death is certainly ensuing. Women have been stolen, and they wish to save them. Interesting. But welcome, everybody. Very happy to have you here. I see Jennifer's in here. Thank you very much. Do keep in mind, guys, we definitely love it when you go and check out our links down below, particularly over there on Fanspeak on Facebook. It's a great little community, very interactive one, and we'd love for you guys to be part of that. Just check out those links. Also, if you want to be on any of our shows, I mean, this is Fanspeak after all, just hit my Twitter up and let me know, and I'll get you on the show. We do have a variety of things here. Of course, we have role playing and board game and various things here on Bugbear's Basement. And for all of you new viewers, just to know, Bugbear is my nickname. That's why it's called Bugbear's Basement. Someone actually asked me what it meant. So that's what it is. But no one calls me that. Everyone calls me Chester, which is funny because I've never been called Chester in my entire life. But hey, there's the world we live in, the chaos of it. But nevertheless, before we jump into all of that, guys, we also appreciate you hitting that share button because that's helps us out. We are live streamers after all, and letting all your family, friends, and extended community know what's going on so they can join us live. But of course, before I get into the quick little update of where we are today, I do want to come over here and say hello to the gamers who are all flailing at my will. So let's come over here first and say hello to Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hi, I'm Flailing Bill.
Yes, you are. So how's your
Uh,
week been? How's your week been?
it's been that was great. I'm finally kicked the flu bug or whatever it was that was going on. I made it to population where they have a gaming store.
Uh-huh.
I have dice. They
Wow.
have dice.
Sweet.
I even got minis. Oh man.
There you
Now I
go.
just need to get my books, and then I had energy, so I was able to draw some.
hmm
So I'll blow this up a little bit. Here's the Jimmy's character.
Oh,
It's still in
sweet.
its designs. Well, it's pretty much designed. We'll see what Jimmy thinks, but that one's pretty close to done. And then my monk, and I've just got like my first layer of colors on there. I was just doing a wash watercolor, and then I'll get in and do more detail and
This
clean it up a little more too.
this is the cool
But
thing
yeah,
with playing with the artists, dude. They bring art.
yeah. So I'll get these finished and send them to you so you could use them in the game.
Oh yeah, no. If you guys give me the art, I'll definitely can use them. And as you guys are speaking, instead of me, because here in the background of Streamlabs, I jump around between the art that I'm showing and to show you guys speaking, etc., etc. If I have some of the art, then I can, while you're speaking, I can simply show your character art, which I think would be cool for the listeners. But awesome, yeah, just definitely get that over once Slick makes his decision. And since we're talking about Slick, hey Slick. Slick. Slick.
Slick.
Jimmy, you're muted, sir.
Hey,
I think
buddy, come
he's
on.
getting a beverage. It's okay. I'll come back to him.
No,
Uh,
like
He's
something's
probably
wrong
eating
with
a
my
steak.
something's with my computer. It's like acting real weird.
I see. Well, I'm happy to hear from you, and I'm glad you're here. So, are you excited about today?
Yeah, super excited.
Super exciting. Well, you could die today. This could be the day.
It could be the day. You're right.
Yeah. Uh,
TPK, man.
yeah, TPK,
Mhm.
absolutely. But I have to say, in all my years of role playing, I don't think I've ever met a character whose player's voice was more creepy than Slick Jimmy.
Oh, you
Because
want me to speak like this?
it's truly disturbing, brother. I'm telling you.
You know you
I
know
love
you
it.
love.
Yeah.
Oh my. But all right. Of course, guys, we're
I'm
also
gonna
joined
I'm
by.
gonna be your wife. You know it's
Oh
true.
God, damn it. The sad thing is I learned a few months ago what a waifu was. Booster teaches me many bad things. Just understand that.
Mm.
Many
I
bad
would
things.
assume you would know, considering the location.
Not,
Mhm.
that's the funny thing about it. Most Westerners' vision and or understanding of Japan is based upon Tokyo. But what most people don't know is that
Mhm.
Tokyo is almost like a separate planet compared to the rest of the planet, rest of Japan. Japan is actually much more similar to New England, if you've ever been there. They're very conservative people. They're very chaste in many ways. It's kind of funny, actually, because the Japanese people are
So there,
nothing like Tokyo.
so there aren't like panty machines on every corner.
No, no, not at all.
Man, that
Not even a
ruined
little.
all my travel plans.
Yeah. Although there are plenty of beer machines on many corners. So
Ooh.
That sounds nice.
that is nice. But you have to have one of those little cards. You have to register and get a card, but you can use it anytime. Same with tobacco. It's very efficient, actually, I think. But Nick C says, Chester explained bugbear, but who or what is a bogbear? Okay, okay. No, it's just bugbear is it's simply a name I got when I played football. I was a lot.
He's basically talking about how in the description you put bogbear instead of bugbear.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, now let me come over and let me check it. Damn it.
No, don't change it yet. I wanna
It is
see.
bogbear. Well, I'm gonna fix that right now. Damn it. Quick typing. Go ahead, mark me. That won't come back on you at all.
Right?
Oh
it's like
my
you all
God.
get hit by lightning and instantly die.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I fixed it. Thank you very much, Nick. But yeah, no,
Oh,
it's just a
man.
nickname I picked up when I played football is all. But anyway, where was I? Yes, I was talking to Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, bogbear.
Hi. How you doing?
You're not going to shake that now, especially if you team kill us. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's going,
No, no,
okay, Chester's like, let me get that purple firebolt ready.
Yeah, right. No, no, no. It's all good. I make mistakes from time to time. It's bound to happen. But you look forward to today. This is, of course, it's not the culmination, but
This is good.
we're certainly coming into, I would say, a transition.
Yeah, we're either gonna do something really cool or something really stupid.
That's
bit of
always
both.
fair, right? All right, cool.
Yeah.
And let's see who else we got here with us today. Of course, we have our halfling bard.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And his name is Corny Tip. That's his
I'm
name,
not
right?
calling him that.
It's Cornelius Tipperwood.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
Cornelius.
Tipperwood, how you doing for today? You looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love D&D. This is great.
Yeah, it is fun. It's nice to be able to play. I haven't really been able to do much with it in the past couple of decades, really. Mainly just collecting and reading. So it's nice to play again. But awesome. And of course, our last player that we have with us today, the quiet but desperately important and always looking at Lacey's ass, Zach.
Yeah. No. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm working on a piece, and basically what it is it's because I've come to the conclusion that my character,
Mhm.
based on his effectiveness,
Mhm.
he's a soy boy. He's
Is
completely
he?
ineffective,
Oh my God.
and she is completely dominating him. So it's just at this point, he just needs to accept the fact that he's useless and that he's always going to be in her shadow, essentially,
Oh, is that what
when
it
it
is?
comes to effective. Because she has already done so much, and you're playing her, and my character literally has, I think, died almost 3 times already.
It's true.
So-
It's true.
so-
But do keep in mind, I made her a straight up simple fighter, and at low levels, fighters are very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a tank, so.
She's a tank, so it is what it is. But anyway, all right, guys. Let me jump over here and do the quick little recap, and then we will jump into it and let these guys do what they're doing. So let me just share screen real quick. There we go. All right. You can just white box me if you want to see what I'm showing the folks. And there we go. All right. So, as you guys know, we're in the Forgotten Realms. We are in the Moonshea Isles. There are several political and interesting things are happening throughout the Moonshea, as of course are happening everywhere in the Forgotten Realms, particularly in Faerun. But the main thing we have here is in Serafal, which is the main island of Moonshea. The Eldrin have returned and they are extremely militant. And that is causing a lot of upheaval. Which, of course, the good thing that came out of it was it ended a war that was going on between the Njord and the Ffolk. Now the Njord and the Ffolk have kind of unified themselves and are working together almost universally. Excuse me. But we are on the island of Moray. And the island of Moray is currently under some serious problems because in the west, we saw the Malar, which is a god of the wild, was basically seen walking. And there's been other sightings of gods walking as well, which is not a good thing. This happened before, and it led to a lot of turmoil. But what he's doing is he's created werewolves, and the werewolves have become quite militant, and they've gathered and organized themselves, and they're attacking everything on the island, which is really what brings us to our our current predicament, because the city of Cork, where we started off, has been razed to the ground. The Jarl, Thane Jurgen, or excuse me, the Thane Jurgen, not the Jarl, is currently knocking at the door of Bray, where his cousin is Thane. And the party doesn't know what's going on over there because they chose to take a different direction. They went and they spoke to the great Magus, Sebastian. And Sebastian gave them a few bits of information, and they've decided to try to go to Farview, which is on the west side of the island, to try to find the women, maybe find this wizard that is using some kind of teleport or portal spell that is allowing the werewolf armies to move around a lot easier, and therefore being very effective. And they also were given an artifact which, if they should happen to find Malar as he's walking about in the real world, it would force him to give them a parlay, as it were. Now, along their way, they stopped in Orkholm, and they found a bunch of orcs who were quite civilized, very friendly. They outfitted themselves a little bit, and they started to head west to head up into Farview. One of the main purposes they also have is Bjorn's mother was taken with the rest of the women for whatever nefarious means the werewolves have for them. So they're going there mainly to try to free the women, but also to see if they can find this Black Angus wizard that is a threat. And who knows what else they can get themselves into, but they're trying to help, is what it really comes down to. And of course, they're on their way to Farview right now. They did have a little bit of trouble with an interaction with a little nest of Ettercap. They defeated the Ettercap. They found their first bit of treasure, actually, which is interesting. Although it was a difficult battle, they all lived through it. So pretty interesting. And there we are.
Yay!
We're caught up to where we are. Now, you guys are basically where we left off. You had just found their nest. You found the gold, and you found some magical items and various things like that. And that's where we're going to start. So let me jump back over the other side real quick and let you guys kind of chat and make your decisions. So.
Okay. Really quick. We should probably split this the gold and stuff up. So I'm actually going to turn to everybody and say, all right. How many of us are there exactly? Let me see 1 second. Oh, that works out perfectly. So I'm actually like I've got like the gold list here and everything. There's we'll worry about the items momentarily, but there's 250 gold exactly here, so that's 50 apiece. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand out the gold.
Lacey, you don't get any.
Right? Lacey's,
Well-
I'm sure she's wealthy. Her dad's rich. She won't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a rich girl. Don't worry about NPCs in that way, guys.
In a moment.
Just assume there was exactly precisely the right amount extra for her to have as well. Yeah. I did just put a thing in the chat, guys. I am playing background music. Let me know if it's too loud or too low or what have you. Please help me out with that. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Okay. Now we don't know exactly what these items are, right, Chester?
Unless you have the magic to identify them, no.
Yeah.
I just gave you the
I'm
information
gonna-
last week, so I didn't have to remember.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I'm gonna look at Laz. I don't suppose you know how to identify magic. Identify magical items.
I don't have, as far as I know, I don't have that.
Okay. Well, we'll worry about that at another
I have
time.
I have something of Arcanum. I don't know if that
No, that's not going to. I know that they're magical because I cast detect magic and they did light up. I don't know exactly what it is, and I think it's too dangerous for us to actually use until then. So we'll just hang on to it until then. But I do know how to read magic, and I hand the scroll of Featherfall to Laz.
Okay.
I believe this is going to serve you better than it will anyone else.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And Featherfall
No.
simply lets you fall from a great distance softly.
Yes,
Yes.
you're a gentleman.
Now this, however, and I hold up the portable hole, this is pretty self-explanatory. This will make a hole the size that I'm holding up through anything. And I take it and I put it on a tree to demonstrate it to Chester.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm assuming that it's the normal 4-foot one.
Yeah, it's the smallest version.
Okay. And I put it on a smaller tree. It literally cuts the tree in half.
It does.
Oh.
Hopefully it
And,
doesn't fall upon a wee halfling's head. Let me make a roll. Hold on a second.
You don't know where I'm standing.
Damn it!
Well, I guess you do. Shoot.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm assuming that the original plan that we had still holds, that we are going to have a few of us try to infiltrate the town to scout around and determine what exactly is going on.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to, if everybody's in agreement, I'm going to let Baran hold on to this for now. Because if you're going to be doing infiltration, you're probably going to need this.
The hole? All right.
Yes.
Also,
Because if worst comes to worst, you can use it to get in and out of things.
Okay.
I
as
won't
a
worry- I
out of
won't-
character moment though,
What?
I think we might be using the hole wrong. Like I think it just more works as a pit. Because I looked at the.
It does. It does. But it will cut things
Oh, it
in
does?
it will cut things in half like he did though. It will do that.
Oh, it will?
Yeah.
And yes, it will. But it is
that's
a pit.
right.
It is a pit.
You're right. Yeah, I'm thinking about the portal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Baran.
It's not what I thought it was.
No, you guys
But,
can hold a lot of stuff in it.
Yes, it's basically just.
yeah,
like
that-
all
that's
the
that-
sites, like,
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, like I said, I mistook it for there's the portal thing.
I would like. Laz would like her pick of the eggs.
Ooh.
The eggs,
Yeah,
The
the
Ettercap
eggs,
eggs, there were 4 of them.
the Ettercap eggs.
There were
Yeah.
4 of them.
You,
Yes.
I thought we were planning on selling them all.
Well,
You can sell 3. I want 1.
You
also
want
there
one?
was the plus
I
one
do.
is Pale Mail and the Longsword.
Yeah. Well, we don't know exactly what those are though.
Oh,
And
that's
who-
true. They just-
Whoever GOP, you need to turn your volume up a little bit. I can't hear you so well.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right.
Okay. I guess.
Is there anyone
Go ahead
who
and-
disagree with that?
I just don't want the thing running around trying to kill anyone.
Well, they are in egg form.
Well, yeah, they're still gonna hatch into a little beastie monster.
No.
At
Oh,
exactly
so
the right
cute.
moment.
If they can sell them fast enough, we want that. What are you about to?
I have
Chester,
I
What
have
do
no
the eggs
issue with
look
it.
like? What do the eggs look like?
They look like around an ostrich-sized egg, but they're very round instead of oval. And they're kind of a translucent white with little purple and off blue specks all over them.
Is there any differences between them?
Not particularly, no. It's a clutch, so.
I would take the largest of them.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And what do we call this animal again? The Efreet?
The Etter
Ettercap.
cap.
Ettercap. All right.
Yeah. Technically, it's an Ettercap centaur, but, you know.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I
No,
don't know how I feel about that, but all right.
I don't believe it's very wise to carry that around with you.
But well, we're carrying them with us to sell them. Hopefully, they'll be used in some kind of experiment, and they won't hatch.
Well, do keep in mind, they're as smart as an orc.
Yeah. So is that do we need to
Where
rest?
are we going to go to? I'm wondering where we going to go to sell these things?
Well, I was
How
assumed
long-
to the mages. They
Yeah,
already had
probably.
creatures like this.
It's true.
Yeah, probably don't.
So do you want to go back and sell it to them?
Not right now.
We're going to carry them.
Once-
We're going to carry them around for however long our. And what if they hatch while we're on our adventure, or while we're going?
Well, then we'll kill whatever's in it.
Okay. Plan.
We dispatched the adult ones. I don't imagine the infants will be that difficult.
But they'll be cuter.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Chester, how many? Did you say before that there was gonna be like potions too, but we just don't know what's in them? Yeah,
Did I give potions?
I
no.
thought you said there was like something else you were gonna work on, but maybe it wasn't potions, maybe it was something else.
No. I think I just transferred it to gems, and I gave you guys some gems.
Oh, okay, that's true. All right, never mind then.
Yep. All right. So is anybody injured? Do we need to take some time to heal?
I do believe there is injury across the board. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we took a long rest at the end of the last game.
Well, I mean, I assumed you would, but that, of course,
Mhm.
means an overnight sleep. But it is still around like lunchtime, so.
All right. Do how injured is everybody?
I'm at half health.
You're at half.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm at half also, so I'm pretty injured.
I didn't take any damage.
All right. I will.
What is your inventory on healing potions right now? I know Lacey has one more.
I have 4.
Well, if we're gonna take a rest, I can go ahead and heal everybody up.
Okay.
As I've defined my character, she's become divine soul, which is part of being a tiefling or an ASMR. That gives her the ability to actually heal. I have cured hands, something like that.
Lay on hands, probably.
Yes. No, yeah, I have lay on hands, and I also have cure wounds is something that I can use.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now GOP, those abilities he's got, are they long rest or short rest?
Those abilities I believe would be long rest if it's
All right.
a spell.
So it's once per day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Bill, you said you were at half.
Correct.
All right. I'll go ahead and cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on him.
I can cast cure wounds at level 2 as well.
Well, we did burn
Right.
through a decent amount of spells, so it's probably smart just
Yeah.
the rest.
Well, I was gonna say, go ahead and hit Baran, and I'll hit Bill.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me roll this up here real quick.
2d8. So, okay.
Lacey took 10 damage as well.
Yeah, she'll heal over the 8 hours.
All right. So
Good enough. That's fine.
11 is what I rolled.
Oh, cool. I'm back to full health.
Okay, and
And then
Bill,
I do have lay on hands, which is just something I can do. So let's I'm
I'll bet you can.
trying to see what it is. It's hard for me to read. Just one second.
Okay, Bill, you get back 16.
Perfect. All right, I'm back to full. Thank you.
All right, and we don't have to wait a full 8 hours for me to get my spells back. I'm an elf.
I have empowered. It's called empowered healing. Oh wait, no, sorry. Where's it? Never mind. Where's
Yeah.
it at?
But if I take a short rest, I get my spells back.
You
So
know,
we don't have to. We
just
don't
as
we don't
an
have to wait a
aside,
full 8 hours.
just as an aside, Bob, you might want to check and see what else you have running, because your screen is very blurry. Everyone else looks great, but yours is very blurry, which usually it's not. So it's what I'm assuming you have a bunch of something open that is causing your bandwidth to or your computer to slow down.
All right, let me double check here. See if this,
Healing hands is an action that I can use. It's called, you can touch a creature and cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level. Once you use this trait, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest. I can do that as well.
So you can heal 3 points.
Yeah, so anybody want 3 points?
Nope. I need to take a long rest just to get my spells back at the very least. So yeah.
Who
All
else? Who else is hurt?
Give it to Lacey.
Yeah, give it to Lacey.
All right, I give the 3 points to Lacey by putting it on her shoulder.
All right.
Okay. We go ahead and take our long rest.
So you got to take it here near the Ettercap nest, or you got to travel up the road a little bit?
Well, we already killed everything here, so why don't we just do it here?
Okay. All right. So
Guys, well, I'm passing it to the guys. I'm not making a decision. I'm like, you guys.
There could
okay
be
with that,
more.
or-
I mean, there might be more out hunting for food.
Is there anything up ahead, like a place to stay?
you're kind of you guys have kind of a general like old style type of map, so it's not that explicit, and of course your scout doesn't really know this part of the island well. So
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess we can bed down here. Throw up some light.
all right, so
Sounds
you
like a
guys
good idea to me.
okay.
Okay.
So you guys basically set up your camp. You make some lunch. Healing is going on. Bandages are being wrapped. Treasures are being looked over. What'd you guys do with longsword, by the way?
We're just carrying it.
Okay.
It's in the hold.
And who's wearing the? Is anyone wearing the scale mail?
No, we didn't know exactly what everything was, so I was just like, probably shouldn't put this on until we know what it does.
Okay. So you guys are, resting the day up and just kind of, talking and trying to get over your plans and such. So as the night passes by, uneventfully, by the way,
Yay.
you guys, here we go. You guys find yourself back on the road early in the morning, heading toward Farview. Now, of course, here on Moray, if you guys look here on this map, down in the southwest corner, you see there's a forest with a little moon in there. Just to the east of that forest is where they had their interaction with the Ettercaps, and of course they're moving forward. There is no actual road here per se, although there are paths and little things that people use from time to time. The main road between Farview and Horst, of course, was burned down. There was like a causeway, a built causeway across the marsh, but that is inaccessible, and they decided not to take that dangerous route and to try to circumvent it by going to the southwest. And they are. And as they're traveling along, they come through the neck. And you're starting to see people are starting to move on on a kind of a dirt path. It's the first road you guys have seen since you've left Orkholm. And you're seeing people in wagons, you're seeing travelers, merchants possibly, with large sacks on mules and various things like that. And off to your left, as you guys are moving along and hitting this road, you do see that kind of dead heading down a slope of hills. To the west, there's a little fishing village here, which you have no clue what the name of it is, but there are people coming out of the village and moving on the road. So that's where you stand. You would say you're probably about 3 to 4 hours outside of Farview.
Okay.
I
Do
look at
we
the first.
do we? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I look at the first person because we're just traveling by people. I'm like, what's the name of this small fishing village?
They say that this is the village of Rockington.
Alrighty then.
Rockington.
But, do we need to make a stop here? Do we? Does anybody need anything?
Maybe we can see if we can sell some stuff. Just take a look.
That's true. Well, I mean, do we really have anything that we need to sell? I mean, most of what we got from the Edicaps is things that we would probably have to get identified by the mages.
True.
I think we should move on, unless we want to ask these people what they're what
we
is
could ask
going
them
on
about.
around.
We could ask them about Farview.
So, Braun, our sturdy guide, why don't you gather up some information for us?
Yes, lead on, McDuff.
Thanks. All right.
That was a
So
shit.
the passerbys, and I look at the one and I say, "Hi, where's your village leader?"
So you head down to the village of Rockington.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come in. This is a very small little village. It's seems to be 100% fishing oriented. There's nets and little raggedy fishing boats. It seems to be a fairly poor place, but it's not the worst you've seen, particularly those of you who aren't from Murray. But there are some people milling around. Mainly, most of the men are out on the water, of course, because it is the time of day. But you do see a group of women who are drying fish in a looks like a designated area for such things.
Yummy.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Someone,
go ahead.
hold on a second, guys. Someone has some kind of TV running in the background.
Oh, that's my mother on the other side of the house. I can have her turn it down.
Oh, no, don't bother your mother. It's all right. All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
guys.
I can turn it. Have her turn it down. Give me a sec.
I see if there's a tavern to where I can top off my ale or mead or the mead I got.
Well, there is a kind of a Viking style cover. It's like a angled wall with a roof on, with a kind of flat roof, with no wall. No, it only has one wall, and a couple of posts that has a ramshackle sign on it. It says Rockington Tavern, but there's no one there, and it seems closed.
I
Yeah.
look very disappointed.
Okay.
I turned to Baran. I said, do you you know this place? Do you know anyone we could talk to?
Nope.
No.
Okay, well, perhaps we should ask around and see if there's someone we could talk to, like someone like a town elder or whatnot.
Chester's the way like I could roll a perception to see if it looks like the town is like the population is left, or does it look like the people have been making an exodus from this area, or any kind of information I can pick up just from people's activities that would look out of the ordinary.
You don't really know much about little fishing villages, so I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah, you said that most of the men were out on the water, so
Yeah.
I
and there are
approach
women.
the women. Yeah, the women drying the fish. I approach there and I go woof because there's a really intense smell. And I'm like, evening, ladies, and then, Lacey's angry at me because I'm talking to any woman that's not her.
Yeah,
And,
that's not true at all. Yeah.
And I asked them, I'm like, can you please tell us if there's an elder or someone in charge that we can speak to learn more about this area?
Jonas. He's out on the water though.
When would he be coming back?
Oh, before supper time, of course. They always do.
And this is early in the day right now.
This isn't even noon yet.
Yeah.
So only sources out on the water.
have you heard any news from Fairview?
She kind of looks down at you, at first a little shocked, and then realization of understanding what you are comes across her. She says, "Yeah, well, we certainly do business with them, but it's not like it used to be."
Oh, how so?
She goes on to explain that there's been a leadership change over there, and they're not particularly friendly, and they've upped their prices, and it seems that this little village falls under the purview of Farhome, and of course the mayor or the Thane. Well, it's actually a mayor. There's actually a folk is in charge, not a Njord. But the mayor of the town seems to not have any control anymore because they haven't seen her or spoke to her in quite a while, and they've raised their taxes on Rockholm, and they're not happy at all what's going on with Farhome. But from the conversation, you don't get any idea of anyone's coming to attack the town or anything like that. It's simply an economic issue.
Explains the tavern being shut down.
Well,
Do you do a lot of trade with them, Fairview?
All our trade goes there.
Oh. Interesting.
Well, we'll leave you back to your fish then. Smells nice, as my character is well acquainted with that smell. So.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my
See, here
God.
it is. Here it is.
Oh, jeez. just
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Just drop the hammer on him now.
Yeah, just.
Is there anything in between Fairview and this little hamlet? Is there another town or anything?
No, just there's a trade station outside of the Palisades of Farview where they do most of the trade. They don't tend to go into Farview proper itself. They just go to the trade hub. That's kind of like a large marketplace that's built outside the Palisade. That's rarely where they do their business. It's rare for them to go into the city at all or the town at all.
And how many leagues distance is it from here?
About 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
I'll kind of okay then. I kind of motioned everybody over to have a talk. Right, so I have an idea. It seems like they're at least trying to maintain some appearance of still being a normal town. So us walking in there might not be that bad. Perhaps we could go in there with the under the guise that we have items to sell.
Into Fairview. Well, the wolves
Into
are.
Fairview, yes.
Okay.
Well, it appears like, looking around this town, the women are still here. At the very least, it seems that they are trying to maintain some kind of semblance of still operating as a normal town.
Mm-hmm. With that said, Mr. Cleric, give me a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 17.
You do see only women moving around, and there's some old men. But as you're saying that, you come to think that and noticing that you see no children, and you see no women under the age of reproduction.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Uh-oh. They're not telling us something.
Okay. Well, I'll share that with everyone. It looks like they may have taken what they wanted from this town.
Think like sacrifices or something.
Yeah. Well, I think they took them for breeding stock, just like,
No,
just
I
like
mean,
they did with the other towns.
do you think the town might have been participants willing in this whole interaction?
It's possible.
Save their own hides.
It's possible. How many people do we see altogether, Chester?
The women who are drying fish, there's about 7 of them. You've noticed a couple of old men which are very, very slowly loading barrels onto a wagon. And you see another smaller group of 3 or 4 old ladies that are doing something with nets down toward the water. Do keep in mind this is a very small place. There's only about 10 buildings here, maybe only 8
Okay.
actually. It is a pretty small place.
All right.
Where are they going with the barrels?
Well, they're not going
Oh.
anywhere. They're loading them. Although you did see a couple old dudes heading out with laden down mules, and you did see one wagon which had similar barrels on it. It seems like the time of day that they can go out, head out to the Farview, do their trade, and get back before nightfall.
Maybe we should accompany them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll head in that direction anyway, so we can at the very least follow them.
All right.
Scout, give me a
Okay.
perception check, please.
Oh, why would you ask me to roll a dice after last time? Oh, 19
All right.
plus whatever. So
Now, as this conversation is going on, you being a scout are paying very close attention to your surroundings as you do. And you notice that, of course, you guys are talking to yourself, but the ladies you that you're near, you notice that they're they're certainly nervous. And a couple of them keep looking over toward a specific hut that is sitting right in front of where the men are loading the wagon, because they're loading out of a little makeshift warehouse is what they're doing. But there's a small hut sitting in front of that. It's not marked. You don't know what its purpose would be, but it is rather small. But they keep kind of looking over at it as if they're trying not to look at it.
and I lean over to the cleric and I say, they're hiding something, and I point at the hut.
He points.
I quickly
Wow.
walk
I
in,
don't point. I don't
put your
point
hand
at.
down.
Oh no, it's said, dude. It's done. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, good. I did
Okay.
the thing again. My young nervous brain.
I turn to the ladies. Thank you very much. We'll be taking our leave now, and I say, let's go. And we'll start. We'll just head a little bit out of town, heading our way just to get out of sight.
Why are
of
we
them.
leaving? What are they gonna fight us if we go and look at the
No,
hut?
Jennifer says, "Fireball the hut." I like Jennifer's
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, I'm like, why are we leaving? What? It's a bunch of old ladies, old men. What are they gonna do?
Stop. It's not them that I'm worried about. All right. Once we get out of earshot of them, I'll say, okay, so we're gonna double back. We're gonna go try to be stealthy about this and take a look at that hut
Fine.
instead of pointing it out in front of the people who are looking nervously at us.
And
Well, I'm a sneaky one. I'll go with the other sneaky ones.
yeah, let's go.
Well, Chester, what I want to do is I want to kind of like circle around and go off out of the sight of these women and then just kind of circle around to the back of this building. Is it possible?
Oh, it's easy to do. There are a couple of larger buildings behind. They're probably homes, or of course, in a little village like this, the homes and workspaces are of course one building, right? But yeah, easy to do in this place. It's it's not a crag. It's not like the East Coast. The West Coast seems to be more flat.
Okay. And then I'll suggest that we all dismount and look at the halfling and Baran and say, lead the way.
Sweet.
Okay.
Lacey
I
takes
look
up
at-
the reins of the horses, by the way.
I was about to say, I was gonna ask Lacey could Lacey go and do something like a distraction as an insurance, while we're sneaking around doing something we might not want to be doing. Can she throw a little distraction, like be a little clumsy, do something to cause a little chaos somewhere else, so we can, just in case we totally won it.
Well, she says, "I certainly can, my love, but I don't know if
Jeez.
that's very stealthy."
If they
What
see
are
her
we?
laugh,
There's not that. there's not that many people here. Let's just take a look at this building and see what's suspicious about it.
No, we're good.
I do have the ability to do thaumaturgy to provide a distraction.
He does. That's true.
Yes,
Do it.
Yeah,
Throw-
I can do this as well. So
Throw a fire bolt into the sky and just distract everyone.
Wow. You're overthinking it. Just
Very
do it.
subtle, very
Damn it.
subtle.
oh my god. Okay. Just to satisfy him, I'm going to use. I'll tell Laz. Use your thaumaturgy. At the farthest range you can, and just create some tremors.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you roll a die, or the DM can come up with something fun.
No,
I can make some ripples
it
in the
has a
water.
very short range.
I can use my
Okay, so if you let
Of the
the
element.
DM choose, what I say happens is one of the barrels old men are loading comes alive and starts eating them.
Okay.
So it's a mimic. Oh shoot.
This is
Fine. Fine.
Okay.
I use thaumaturgy, and there's
Oh jeez.
flowers start,
Yes.
and like petals start to fall from the sky. Just
Wow.
petals of
Wow.
flowers. There you go.
The ladies
I'm
are
not gonna-
mystified.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you talk about overthinking stuff. All right, guys, come on,
jeez.
let's go.
Okay,
All right.
let's
Come on,
get-
come
All
on.
right.
Sneak in
I roll-
there.
Yeah, I
I'm just
rolled a
letting you
19
guys
on
do what
stealth.
you want to do, man. Let's just do. Hey,
Let's
you're
just
leading the
take
charge
thing
here,
and
Bran.
stop
Let's go.
chasing
All right.
All right.
I'm-
We're sneaking. We're
Hold on a
sneaking.
second. I'm assuming that the halfling and the scout are ahead of the rest of the party, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I rolled a 19 for my stealth. check.
Thank you. Let me have a stealth roll, Baran, before you start thinking again. And it's
Whoa.
mediocre. Shocking.
15.
All right. Well, luckily, you're not dealing with the elite trackers of the world here. So you guys move up. You get to the back of the hut, and the rest of the party is kind of hanging back. Of course, they're kind of in the little alley between the two larger houses sitting behind the hut, and you guys kind of peering through. There are windows on this, but there's like a lap board that's been that dropped down. They're type that lean up, and you put a stick in there to hold them open. But they're not the greatest construction, so you can see through the cracks. And as you look inside there, you see two soldiers. And these soldiers are in the same kind of livery that you said the black blood's in, and they're just hunched down and kind of looking out the cracks of the walls, looking onto where you guys were talking to the old ladies, and they're talking to themselves.
Can we overhear what they're saying?
Well, the scout and the bard can, and they're basically saying, "Do you think they'll come back? Where are they from? They might be one of the Eastern armies. I don't know. Well, we have to go and we have to report this. Yeah, we should. You should go. That's what they're doing.
All right.
Set it on fire.
Oh jeez.
All right.
thinking-
So how are you going to do that, Baran? How are you going to set the hut on fire?
I go.
I do
"Hold on,
have. Huh?
Give me one. Let me do something real quick. I got a great idea.
Oh no! Hold on. A little corny tip. We have Baran is letting fire to stuff, so we're gonna see that through.
True.
Okay.
Ah, man.
Ron's gonna get a mace up his ass.
Go ahead. Let me. How's the fire?
I have a tinderbox.
All right. Go ahead. Get to it.
All right.
That'll
Okay,
take a minute, right?
Mr. GM.
20. Rolled a 20.
Oh, for God's
Well,
sake!
I will let you have that, sir. You didn't actually need to roll, but you can take that because that's experience at the end. He lights this thing up efficiently and quickly. It is a thatched sided, or at least thatched roofed hut, and the thatch on the roof is immediately up. There's fire spreading across it at a high speed. The ladies and the old men who are just across from it recognize it immediately and start calling for buckets, and they're panicking and they're running and trying to get water. And the other ladies on the nets come running up. A couple other old dudes you didn't see from before come running out as well. So everyone's fire is happening. Go ahead, Halfling. What is it you would like to do as fire is starting to engulf the area where you're standing?
Well, I guess no use waiting any longer. And I'm going to cast heat metal on. They are wearing some kind of armor, right?
They are, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast heat metal on one of them. And it's basically I get to choose a metal object that I see within range. And what it does is it causes the object to glow red hot.
Okay. I know what heat metal does. There's one guy is wearing leather armor, but he does have a metallic sword, of course. The other guy's in chainmail.
Okay,
Ooh.
then I'll view it on him.
All right. So the heat metal takes a certain amount of turns. Is 5th edition changed or?
No, it's pretty much instantaneous, and he takes
Okay, it is
2d8
different.
fire
All right.
damage.
How much does he
I'll roll
take?
that real quick. 2d8 fire damage. Let me roll that real quick. All right.
So is there a saving throw I need to make now, or?
There is no saving throw for this.
Wow, they changed
So
heat
he-
metal. All right.
Yep. So he takes 9 points of damage, and as a bonus action, I can use it on each of my turns again. If it's holding or wearing the object, it takes damage from it. They must succeed on a con save of basically against my spell save, or they drop the object if they can. But he's wearing it, so he probably can't.
Well, he's immediately trying to take it off, and of course, burning his hands as he does so. But all right, I will deal with that. All right, so initiative, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I would imagine. I
We-
kind
are
of
we,
automatically thought that. Yeah.
We're still doing D10 for initiative, right?
Yes, please. I prefer that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
9.
7.
I got an 11.
I got
Okay.
a 10.
Fire starter.
Yes.
I got a 7.
All right. So it sounds like the 11's going first. Who was that?
That was me.
Monk.
All right. Well, there is a burning inferno of a building in front of you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to immediately get away from the actual fire that just started in front of me, and I'm gonna try and go around the side of the building so like I can just be on the side when they try and run out.
Sure. So you take your move action, and you're holding. We can still hold an action in 5th edition, right?
Oh yeah, that's true, and I can
Yep.
I can cast a
All right.
spell.
So I'm assuming you're holding your action. All right.
I'll hold my action and attack one with vicious mockery when I see it come outside.
Okay. These. Oh, I should wait. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm going on a 5. So 10.
That'd be me. I'm just. We have no idea why they're setting the town on fire, do we?
Not really.
No.
No.
Okay. So
You hear screaming coming from out of the tent, and of course, all the old people are panicking and rushing toward buckets and stuff.
and how far are we now? We're
Oh, you guys are
turn away.
probably only about. You would have prepared yourself, so I'd say you're within 30 feet of it.
okay. Well, then I'll move closer to whatever they are trying to get out of the.
So
tent.
you go to head toward next to the halfling. Okay.
Yeah, I'll move. But if there's anything that I can use to conceal myself, so I can get a surprise on whatever runs out, the wagon's close by or whatever.
Yeah, there is a wagon. You could try to conceal yourself on the side of the wagon. All right. So you're holding action as well.
Okay.
All right. 9.
Okay. Let's see. I have this burning inferno. And the guys have come out. The guards.
Not yet.
And
it's not their turn.
They haven't come out. Okay. I'm also going to go hide with the monk and hold action to see when they come out and see if we can get a jump on them.
All right. Lacey is also on 9, and she runs up and stands next to the halfling with her sword drawn. 8.
Oh, no 8s.
Am I next?
8.
You were 7, right?
I'm 7.
There's
Nobody?
Yeah, we're
7.
both 7, so
7.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, where am I in relation to the fire? Am I behind the building or what?
You were sitting with everybody else at that 30 feet distance.
All right,
Although
I'd
the
like
horses, which Lacey has let go of, have started to become a little panicked and are starting to move away.
Okay, well, I'm gonna mount up.
Okay, and
And then move towards the front of the building.
all right. So you okay. So you move up in front as well, cleric.
I'm going to collect the horses and I'm going to calmly start walking around the front. I'm going to let them deal with whatever comes out of there.
All right, and let's see here. 6. I think that's everybody, right?
That's everybody,
and
yeah.
5. You see the 2 soldiers jump out, push their way out of the door, come out. One has red hot chainmail on. He's desperately trying to get it off, very ineffectively. The other guy comes out with a short sword and a dagger in his hands, looking around frantically at what's going to go on, and that causes all the hold actions to pop off. So I do believe 11 was first.
Yeah. So then I'll hit him twice with my bow staff.
So you jump up and you hit him. So now you can't, unless you use your ability, you can't hit twice because you moved already.
For the bonus
Yeah.
action? No, I just get one. Okay, I'll just pop one off.
Okay. One other thing, Chester, everybody that's holding their action, if they don't hold it all the way to the next round, their initiative changes to whatever they're going at.
Yeah,
so
I know.
If these guys are coming out, okay. I don't know if they knew that.
Yeah. No,
So
they're
then-
all going at
so if
6
you
is what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so if I just stop right now, we'll start a new round. and
No,
then I
dude.
go
Just
because-
roll your dice and hit. Don't think about
Yeah.
it too much. Just hit the guy. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I rolled
We're in
a
the middle of
12.
combat. So.
No, wait, I rolled a 14. to
All
hit.
right. Are you trying to hit the guy with the burning chainmail, or are you trying to hit the guy with the daggers?
I'm gonna hit the guy with the daggers.
All right. That you said 14. That hits.
Okay, great. And then let's do 7.
Okay. You sure that's your total?
Right? It's just a +4 for my quarterstaff.
Okay, that's
we
fine.
We don't use proficiency for that, right?
No,
or
that's
dexterity
fine.
damage.
That's fine.
Sorry. Yeah.
So 7 points of damage, then 10, which I believe is the bard, right?
I'm 11, but yeah, I rolled a 9 to hit with because I was saving my action.
All right, so
So
you missed. You missed.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Lacey is a 9. Was anybody 10?
Well, that was my action for that I was holding from the last round.
Yeah, no, we're still in the same round, dude. We're in the
Oh,
same
no,
round.
okay, never
yeah,
mind
yeah.
then.
Okay.
I'm off.
Lacey charges up and she tries to hit the guy with the in the leather as well. She does hit, and she does a big chunk of damage too. When she's effective, she's effective. She did 12 points of damage to his already existing 8, I believe it was. So this guy is certainly taking some damage. He's still up though, which brings us to Laz, I do believe.
No, you skipped me. I'm also 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
I will attack.
Which one?
19 to hit. The leather.
Okay.
Wanna take him
Definitely,
out.
you definitely hit.
And all right, I do a 7 damage.
Okay. You hit very well. You hit him right at the base of his neck and nearly cleave his head off. He drops to the ground, gushing out blood and dying, or effectively
Yay.
dead. So let me see. The only person, so it's Laz. What are you gonna do, Laz? There's one guy in chainmail that's desperately trying to get the chainmail off because he's burning.
Firebolt.
Jeez. Jeez.
All right. Then.
18.
Oh, that definitely hits. Yeah.
Then I need to do damage, so just 1 second. Oh, all of 5. Yeah.
Okay. He does have damage already, and Fireball hits him, and he like looks at you like, really? More fire? All right.
Oh,
So
God.
that brings us down to the cleric. Cleric, you are seeing this fiasco going on. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming I'm walking the horses around to the front, and I see this again. Do I make it far enough to see this thing going on? Because I'm not running. I'm just walking.
Yeah, no, you see what's going on, and I see what you're saying. Yeah, so you can't take an action, but next round you certainly can. You see
Oh,
this
I'm sorry. On the 5, I was supposed to add 6. I forgot. So that was 11.
11. Okay, well that's a difference. All right, so these guys. Okay, he's still up at the he still said the same thing, but he was far more damaged. Okay, so a new round. Now this guy takes
Real
this
quick,
round. No, hold on a second. This guy takes
yeah,
this
I'm sorry.
round, getting trying to take his armor off, and he gets it about halfway off before we come into our new round. Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say as I'm walking around, I'm just gonna yell out, just as loud as I can. Don't kill the last one.
Wow.
It's a bit
Because it
too
seems
late.
that you guys are quite intent on doing that. So that's interesting. Top of the
Yeah.
round, so I believe we started with Bill, right?
So is there a bucket of
No.
water close by?
Oh, there's water running past where the people are trying to get around this combat, and they're trying to put that hut out.
Dump the other barrel of fish on him.
I'm going to use Shape of the Flowing River, pull water out of one of the buckets and douse this guy.
Something
That's
from
not
water.
going to. You do so, and nothing happens.
It's
Oh, 'cause
magical.
it's all magic.
Yeah, you don't understand
Good
what's
job.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Burn
okay.
them. Yeah.
GOP, go ahead and infer your heat damage, please.
Okay. I was gonna use I was gonna use this in a whispers, but since he said that, I'm just going to break concentration and let the spell die.
Okay. All right. So you do so. Then it comes down to Lacey and Baran. Lacey holds her her longsword at a back half stance and waits. Go ahead, Bjorn.
You keep calling me Bjorn. I don't know who this Bjorn is.
Who are you?
Bjorn.
Boran.
Bjorn.
Sorry,
Wrong.
Boran.
I'm just ready. I want to be ready, staring at the guy that's all on fire, with Lacey, ready to fight him if he starts to fight. And I yell, surrender! Trying to act all heroic around Lacey, like I feel the testosterone in my heart beating,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, surrender!
We're all
And
still trying to
Lacey looks over
understand
me
who
and
has
she
more
looks at me like an
testosterone.
idiot.
Really, we're kind of in
Yeah.
that.
Shut up, Chester.
Okay.
My money's on the girl.
My money's on the girl. So that would bring us last to Laz.
Well, we're not trying to kill him, right? So let's see what I got.
Well, his buddy spends the round on the ground, gurgling out and dying.
And, I'm trying to think of something I can do. Can I try to just go up and kick him in the face and try and knock him out?
That would cause damage. He doesn't look very good.
You can do non-lethal damage, if I recall.
Probably, but what I think my suggestion is to do nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll just stand there and look at him.
All right. It's his turn. His armor has stopped burning. He falls to his knees and he puts his hands up and he says, all right, that's enough. Cleric?
Seems to me like he's had enough.
Well, I was gonna cast command and tell him to grovel, but he's already doing that, so I'll just walk up and say, "Oh, good, we've got one."
It all went according to plan.
Okay.
This building is
so-
starting to rage out of control. The old people are far too slow and far too few to stop the fire. It's already jumped onto the building next to it.
Okay.
I actually, real quick, I'm going to cast. Where is it? Actually, I don't have it. I don't have it learned today, so never mind. I was gonna cast create water, but oh well. And I just look at them and says, well, I guess we should start grabbing some buckets and help them put this fire out.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
please do. And I will actually go and grab a bucket and help them start putting the fire out.
All right.
Same here.
Laz keeps a good eye on this guy who is thoroughly defeated, so he has no intention of doing anything. He just wants to survive this. With the help of you, the young and virile party, you're able to put the fire out before it causes too much damage. This hut is absolutely ruined. The next building next to it has taken significant damage, but it is out. It takes you guys a good 30 to 40 minutes of dealing with that, however. And of course, everybody who's left in the town is over there helping. Now, when it's all said and done, you see all the people in the town are just kind of dejected. They sit on the ground and they're covered with soot upon their faces and they seem defeated.
You're all saved. No bother thanking us.
One of the old ladies,
Okay.
maybe the oldest of the old ladies, looks up at you and said, all you've done is brought more misery upon us.
Yes, I
Well,
apologize.
I mean, you
for
can always
that.
just blame us.
Anyway, we now have one of them to question, thankfully, and we also have. How badly is their armor? Their uniforms damaged?
Oh well, the one guy basically took a couple hacks, but mainly the killing blow was to his neck. So the armor's intact. It's not of particularly good quality. They're both wearing black blood sashes. They did
Yeah,
not
yeah,
come at you as
those,
werewolves. Keep that in mind. They did
yeah.
not turn into werewolves.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the sashes are the things that I wanted because we can use those to disguise ourselves.
I see. Yeah.
Mhm.
The dude who was heated and bolted. His sash is certainly singed, but it's not destroyed.
Okay. We should probably question this one about what's going on there. Perhaps he knows where the mage is.
We'll play good cop, bad cop. I'll be the bad cop.
Perhaps we should do this away from the village.
Yes,
Oh, no, I
that's
have
what I was
questions
thinking.
for the village. I have questions for the village too.
Oh, do you?
Certainly.
Yes, I do. But thinking
way-
about then he thinks, and then he's like, well, they won't know any more than this guy does. So then I retract my statement.
Yes, and what they're afraid of is that this is going to come back on them because the Black Bloods are going to wonder what happened to their men.
I'll ask the old lady. When does the next set of guards come? When do they rotate out their posts? They do it at the same time every day.
She says that they don't usually head guards here. They only arrived a few days ago, and they were going on and on about some Eastern army or something like that. She doesn't really know. Basically, she says that they came to the village over a month ago, and they took all the young ones away, including boys, by the way, and only left the middle-aged men and us. And they basically said we could either like it or they would just simply wipe us out. So we had no choice in the matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a horrible experience for you. Well, we are advanced vanguard for the army from the east, and anything and everything that you can tell us besides what you've just told us about what is going on in Farview will be a great help to us in being able to liberate you from this oppression.
And if you don't tell him, I'll burn you again.
Oh,
Shut up.
I'm glad he took the blame for that.
I reached down and I smacked Corny in the back of the head.
How could you treat your fellow
What was that
fishermen
for?
this way?
Oh my God, this is what I have to deal with. All right. She's a little more terrified, as if. Well, the old one is like, do it already. A couple of the younger old ones are more terrified now, and they say the only thing they know is that the Mayor Redmayne has been doing some kind of guerrilla tactics against the new overlords of Farview.
And is there any way we can get into contact with Redmayne?
Not these old people have no clue.
So the mayor, the former mayor of the town, is basically fighting a guerrilla war against them.
It seems so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go find them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm going to go to each person. Chester, there's how many of these people total?
There's about 12, I guess. 12, 13.
Okay.
And Scout, give me a perception check, please.
Lord in heaven. Uh, 12.
Okay. Well, this person isn't trying to be hidden, so you do see them. Sitting up the slope on the little dirt road which you guys came down off of, there's someone sitting on horseback. They're dressed, they're dressed kind of like a pirate, really. And they're just kind of looking and staring at you.
I point this out. I don't point. I point it out. I literally like lean over. I'm like, there's a guy. There's a scout. It might be a scout. Kind of
Okay.
looks like a pirate on that hill.
I hand to oh crap. Sorry. I hand Phelan, I hand him a handful of gold. I said give them 2 each. And I get on my horse and I start riding up to this guy.
Well,
Okay,
as soon as he is noticed, he fades into the brush.
No.
It's
Out of the
shit.
scout.
Okay.
I'd have the scout go up and see if you can find track or trace.
Yeah, and before we leave the town too, I also go up to the women like, look, I'm sorry about that display. I was just kind of in the zone, and they didn't let me be bad cop with the other guy.
And she's just terrified of the small halfling sitting in front of her. Corny Tips legend grows.
Okay, so you said there was 12 of them there?
About, yeah.
Okay, so that's 24 gold from me. All right.
All right.
All right, yeah, I'll pitch in another 24, and we'll take care of the men in the boats too for bringing hell to their house.
I'll pitch in another 25.
Oh
I'm
my
not
god,
gonna-
they're loaded now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
fine.
like
So,
we
all right.
just paid for this building. We burned about 5 times over here.
Quite
Yeah,
a bit,
we're
but that's
good.
all right. Cool. Charity
I
is a
pretend
good
like
thing.
I have no gold.
You're lucky you have no gold. The richest man in the party. All right.
Yeah, right.
All right. So what are you guys doing? You have some information. It was a bit of a debacle, but it's at least produced fruit, I suppose.
Well, we're gonna take the sashes off, and we can use these to like try to walk around without being too conspicuous.
If we leave these bodies here, then they'll kill the villagers when they find them.
No, we're taking them with us, and we'll dispose of them in the forest.
Perfect. Let's move on then and see who is spying on us. See if we can't pick up the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the fastest speed? Would that be the scout?
The scout's
no,
the
monk.
scout's the only one who could probably.
No, the monk is
Yep.
the fastest in
monk.
the group. Yeah.
Mine's actually my speed's 40.
Yeah, but being able to track them would be the scout, right?
True, and also I do believe the scout has the ability to move through the terrain unhindered.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So
So
his
I'll
third,
follow
so
the scout.
you would be at 20 speed, Bill, where he would be at his full 30,
Okay.
moving through a forest, an undesignated road or path. You guys, your movement does become kind of halved.
Gotcha.
Not me.
Okay. We'll go after him and keep your tinderbox in your pants.
Okay, let's move out. Like we said, the scout. Let's get the scout after him while we take care of business, and then we move after
Yep.
him.
All right.
Off I
So
ride.
you guys, so the scout is heading out to try to track this person you saw, and the rest of you are bringing the bodies out and going to dump them in the woods. Is that what the plan is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys head out, and you move out a few hundred yards away from
Did
the
we kill the
town.
last guy?
No, you didn't. Yeah,
So that's we haven't
I-
we have his prisoner right now.
you do have a prisoner
Yes, we're
and
gonna
one dead
question
body.
him.
Yeah,
I
Uh,
whisper, I think we should kill him.
loudly, I'm assuming. But
No,
I'm
wait.
going to get to you guys in a
Quiet.
minute. You're a few hundred yards out of the town, and you just kind of unceremoniously dump the body onto kind of a bush-covered ditch. The other guy looks mortified, and he's basically pissing himself. The scout, of course, is ahead of you. The scout, are you on foot or are you on horseback?
I would be on horseback.
All right. So you're ahead of them. You're trying to track, and tracking this person is so easy. You don't even need to make a roll. Which I don't know. Are you? Give me an intelligence roll, please.
Oh God, why would you do this to me?
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1.
It's a
Okay,
trap.
I didn't roll a 1, but actually, I think I might want to use a fate on this one. I'm scared. I'm
Well, make your
scared.
decision.
All right, I'm gonna do
You
a fate.
forgot math.
I'm gonna use a fate. Oh, thank goodness I did. Okay, it's 15.
All right. So you're riding along, and you.
Oh no, 17. Sorry, 17.
17. Well,
forgot.
at first
Sorry.
you're thinking how fortunate you are to be able to have such an easy track to follow, and then you realize that, well, hold on a
Might be a
second.
trap.
This is a very easy track to follow. That seems odd.
Like it's purposely laid out for me.
Hmm.
Okay. I am very on guard, looking at everything around me, trying to figure out if it's a trap. But still pursuing to a point.
See, you're the good guys or the bad guys.
Yep. I'm hoping it's the good guys.
Me
So
too.
I'm I'm charging on, but I'm very aware
Okay.
of my surroundings.
You come to the crest of a hill, and you're looking down. It's a high enough hill, and everything else around here is flat, and it actually becomes more and more flat the more north you head. And this hill actually gives you kind of a good view over the landscape ahead. You actually off in the distance see the chimney smoke of Farview. You're close enough now. Matter of fact, you're probably less than an hour's ride to the gates. So you can see Farview. You see that other than the chimney smoke, it's hard to make out, but there seems to be some kind of like almost a small village-sized thing outside the gates, and there seems to be a lot of movement going on, although you can't make it out particularly. Down at the bottom of this rise that you're on, however, on the ocean side, you do see a group of 7 riders who are looking up at you, and then they turn to head across the road into the forest, and a very peculiar thing happens as they're crossing the road. They vanish from your sight, as if by magic.
So they go through a portal. Great. It's probably our allies then, if they're being that sneaky, that close to Fairview. So I take that information and I rush back to our friends.
Okay.
Rush back to I'm running back.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do?
And I tell them everything.
All right.
Okay, guess. I basically go, I'm pretty sure those were bad guys.
The halfling strikes again. So what are you guys going to do? You're about an hour, less than an hour actually, outside the gates of Farview.
We've now brought all the attention
I'll-
into ourselves, and they're going to be
Yeah.
starting to spy on us.
I
Or-
grabbed the
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I grabbed the guy that we kept alive, and I asked him who were those people.
He just shrugged his shoulders.
Really?
Should we give him to the halfling?
I turn around and I look at Laz and say, do you want to set him on fire again?
He's like, really, I don't know who it is. I have no clue. I'm just a guard.
You're just a guard. How many
can
of
you
the black
insight,
how many of the
see if
actual
he's
wolves are there?
What?
I'm sorry.
Ask your question more specifically.
How many werewolves are there?
I don't know the exact number. There's not a lot.
I use
There's not a
insight
lot.
to see if he's lying.
So, do you have any? Well, you could use your persuasion, I guess, on that, or your
I've got insight.
Well, that's
insight.
what
That's the
insight
one.
does.
Insight. Yeah, you could use insight
Yeah.
if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only rolled an 8, so.
I rolled. What did I get? 11, 6. 2. Yeah, I got 11.
Okay. Well, you guys.
I got a 20. I got a 20. So
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, he doesn't seem to know anything, dude. He seems to be whatever he's saying is what he believes to be true.
We killed the
Okay.
leader.
Why is your city allowing in werewolves?
It's not my city. I'm from Denegal.
Why are they? Do you know why they are taking away children and young women?
Well, there. You don't want to know.
I want to know.
they're using them for breeding stock.
The wizard, I don't think he's human. He's doing something to them. He's somehow making them pregnant, but they birth within a fortnight.
Yeah, he's using them for breeding stock. Do you know where the wizard is?
What does he birth? What do they birth? Is it a human? Is it
No, wolves.
What is he
Live-
using children for?
pups?
Well, they look like wolves to me.
Where is he? Where in the city is he based at?
He's in the mayor's compound.
All right, good to know. Could you really quickly draw us a quick map of the city?
Yeah, sure.
So, perhaps
Uh,
those riders we were watching, you spied, perhaps they are red men. Is that
That's
what
what I
you
was
think?
thinking.
You guys,
Well,
he kind of gives you this kind of layout. Of course, he doesn't draw it like this, but this is basically what it looks like. Maybe I'm not showing it properly. Hold on a second. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Ooh.
How many men does he have in the mayor's compound?
He has no clue. He's just he was part of the he explains everything to you. He was part of the Denegal forces that were crossing the river trying to deal with it, and he got captured and given an opportunity, a choice. Excuse me, either join them or die, and he joined them.
Okay.
Now he knows that way up north toward Denegal is a lot of werewolves, but down here in Farview, he hasn't seen as many, other than those abominations that the Black Angus is creating.
All right. So I think
If we let you go, they're going to kill you. You know that.
Well,
I'm saying that to the prisoner.
he says
What's your name?
he says I've possibly been dead for many months now, as it were.
If we let you go, will you really join them? And I'm going to do an insight check on this.
He says, I guess the best thing it would do for me to try to run back to Denegal.
Natural 20 on that. Hell yeah.
Well,
Just
take your pip. You do understand that you gain a fate point from rolling a
Okay.
natural 20, as well as 50 experience points times your level. No, he's telling the truth 100%. This dude is in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he's just trying to survive, dude.
Is he healing in any unnatural way
Nope.
at all? I know because
Nope.
we did magic damage to him, right? Primarily.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes, but no, but no, he seems just to be human.
Oh.
Wow.
sorry,
Okay.
Wow.
that's right. Sorry about that.
Was that you too?
That was me.
No, that's not what I meant. All right, fine. All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'll
I'm
let
just
him
going
go.
to tell him. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them when you get back to Denegal, let them know what's going on exactly. You know, any information you can, make sure they're aware.
Denegal was destroyed.
No,
not
you
Denegal,
don't know that.
No.
You don't know anything about
No.
Denegal.
Oh no. That's right. That's the other place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was Cork.
Cork.
Yep.
Cork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cork.
Cork.
All right. Well, yeah,
All right.
that's
Well,
basically what I tell them.
He
So I think
he
we-
thanks you, I guess, and he takes off on foot, heading away.
I think we should
Wow.
turn off our
Again.
ringers.
Wow.
Interesting.
Somebody needs to put their phone on silent.
I think since we,
what we I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I think we need to go hide out in the woods for a while and see if we can't get the heat off of us.
Mhm.
I think
Well,
they're
why
going to
don't
be
we-
looking for us in the woods. I think we take a longer way around.
Yeah. If we're being tracked
I
by
wanna-
the wolves.
I want to take a look at where these riders disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to go down to that encampment outside. We're gonna sneak down in there.
Well, no, we're going to the woods off to the side of it where they disappeared into.
It was off a road. Remember?
All right. So you guys get down there. Scout, it's pretty easy for you to notice that they didn't enter any portal because you can see the horse tracks heading into the forest.
I say
right.
we follow them. That's my bid.
Right. Cool. I agree. And I start leading the way through the forest.
Keep a very
Can I
sharp
flank?
eye out.
I don't want to flank the party so I could give them any notice of something coming ahead of time. Is there a way you can't really stealth and for me to do that and move through the forest, right? So it's not.
But you won't be able to keep up with the party. You'll fall behind badly.
Okay. Well, then I'll keep up with the party.
Okay.
Of
Now,
course.
as you guys are moving along, Baran tells you that before they were leaving a trail for him to follow, this is more normal. You guys travel and you come to a small creek, and the trail drops dead. You guys go to the other side of the creek. You look for tracks. You find nothing.
All right, they probably went up the river then, or the creek.
Mr. Tracker, if you give me a really good tracking roll, I might be able to tell you what direction the horses seem to be leaning.
How
Come on,
is?
Zach.
Yeah. Well, how is a 21?
All right. They seem to be leaning to the southeast as the horses enter the creek, you assume.
I let them know. Southeast.
He's an actual tracker who did something useful. My God.
I've been useful this
Wow.
whole entire round. Wow.
Yeah, right after he set a building on fire.
Hey, still useful. Still useful.
Okay. I look at everybody. Do we want to follow down the river in that direction, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
cool.
go whichever way you want to.
All right, lead on.
All right. You guys head down this creek. It's not a river. It's a creek. And
It's creek. I'm sorry.
and which is a stream for those of you who don't know what a creek is, or crick as they're supposed to say. You guys travel around on this, and it starts becoming wider and wider. Of course, you're heading upstream, by the way. It's got to the point that you're definitely on the embankment. You're not traveling inside the river at all. And as you do this, give me another tracking roll, please.
You just want me to fail.
No, this is where you're useful, actually.
Do your
Yeah,
job.
except for this time I didn't do my job quite as well. I got a 7.
Everybody, give me a perception roll, please.
Oh God.
What die we use for that?
A 20. Yeah, 20.
20. Then add any wisdom bonus that you've got.
And that includes me again, right?
Yeah, clear. No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
21. 21.
All right.
18.
Okay. You guys.
20. I'm sorry.
No, I have
20,
I have a
25.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Slick.
I have a 19.
Okay. Now, you guys aren't trackers, so you're not skilled for looking for, tracks and stuff like that. But all of you, except for the tracker, do notice that heading off in an easterly direction, there seems to be another creek that is heading off, and you can see it kind of. Oh, it's very difficult to pick up, but you see it's winding through the forest to the east.
I'm never gonna get another 20.
Maybe not.
I tap on the Baran's shoulder. Perhaps we should go that way.
Why, yes,
And
I
I
think we should.
All right, Baran, give me
Yes,
another tracking roll, please.
And stop looking at Lacey this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it, Lacey.
Oh, and Lacey currently is dealing with her chainmail brassiere. It's a little sticky.
Oh, you should see what I'm drawing now.
Uh-oh.
Anyways,
God.
12.
A total of 12. You think you see the hints of hoof prints heading off in that direction.
I think. Great.
Best
I'm
guess.
also looking at Lacey now, too, by the way.
All right, good. She is a buxom young vixen, prime
So
for plucking, which
I look
Baran
down at
doesn't
the
seem to
tracks
understand.
and, well, like, after gandering at the red hair that looks like it could burn my soul. I'm looking down at the ground and I'm looking at tracks and whatnot, and I'm like, I think they go up river.
Well, you take some time with it. You take 20 with it, and you basically know for sure these are the same tracks, same people you were tracking before. They're heading east.
All right, so we should go east.
All right. Everybody else in agreement?
Can I tell how far we are from Fairview, or where we are in relationship to it?
You guys are still within a couple hours of it. Yeah.
Okay.
How fresh are the tracks?
They're
very fresh.
That's why he made the assumption, because they are very much in line with your tracking.
All right, so we're right behind them, or what? Half an hour?
You should taste the tracks, see how fresh they are.
I trust your judgment, Baran.
Let's go.
Do you really? Do you really?
On this particular thing, yes. And as long as no one has any objection, I think we should continue.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
You guys travel for a while, and it seems that these riders aren't particularly concerned about being tracked, because it becomes a lot easier to follow the tracks, because they're not heading at a high gallop. They're actually seem to be just moving at a normal pace. And you guys, as you follow this creek moving east, you notice that it becomes bigger and bigger, just like the other one did, and it's become into what you would consider a river. And it is flowing. You are heading downstream now, by the way. And as you approach this kind of forest-covered area, it's not a super dense forest, but it's a treed track. You guys see off in the distance, there's a much larger river that is coming into, and you guys, from knowing the area, you're assuming it's the. Let me go check the name of it real quick, if they have a name. Yes, it's called the Shamwith River.
Okay.
And Baran recognizes it as being that, because it's kind of a muddy river, and this will and therefore this will travel all the way to the coast. By the way, the northern coast. This is flowing to the north. This river. But the important thing is, you notice as you're coming in, this is a very wide river. Think Mississippi as far as size, and you notice that sitting just on the edge of this creek that's turned into a small river itself, there is a sailing vessel sitting there. No, actually, there's two. Sorry. Two sailing vessels, and there's a bunch of people around a campfire, and it's a busy little camp you see up ahead. And you see that there are a couple of people who are standing guard, looking off the bow of the boat toward the front, and they're looking right at you.
Oh, I think they were expecting us.
Mm-hmm. So, slowly ride up to them,
Cautiously hail them
cautiously.
from a distance.
Dismount when you get within, like, kind of like, I would say like 10 feet from the nearest
Well,
person.
there's a
on
little
the edge.
rickety bridge between going over the
Okay.
river and them. As you guys
Okay.
get into full view of the camp, they all have crossbows drawn and pointed.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
boy.
hang out in the very far back of the group.
All right. So you
I
guys
put my hands up.
you guys are sitting on the southerly side of this rickety bridge. What do you want to do? You're not
What
quite
flag
sure.
are they flying?
Huh?
Are they flying a flag at all? Banners?
They are flying a flag, and it's the circle bone flag.
Who does that
Mhm.
represent?
Well, any of you who are from the mainland, which is Laz and the halfling, they know that's a kind of a standard pirate flag.
Oh.
It's a pirates.
And
Ahoy!
I get a lot. I become a lot less worried and start to move up again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
One
I'm
of
gonna
them on
move-
the other side says, "Come across, and keep your hands where we can see them."
I come with him.
Yeah.
And I'm there too.
I think I can handle pirates, boys. Let me do this.
All
So
right.
I have my hands up as I'm riding on Billie Jean across the rickety bridge.
All right. So
You
Billie
guys keep forgetting that I
Jean,
have that
that's
coat.
my lover. I'm sorry, I can't resist. All right. So you guys head across the bridge. No one's doing anything stupid, right, Baran?
What? I put my matches away.
All right. You guys get on the other
God.
side. They have you dismount, and they are taking your weapons away unless you want to stop them.
No, I don't think I am.
I will let them take the mace, but the shield stays.
They weren't trying to take the shield anyway.
Okay.
All right, just weapons. All right, so they disarm you guys. They bring you over to the fire, and there's a bunch of logs laid out here, and they say, "Have a seat." And another lady comes over, and she says, "Which one of you is the leader?"
I eagerly raise my hand.
No, not him.
And I roll my eyes.
I put my hand up. I guess I am.
She says, "Come with me." And she looks over the halfling, and she says, "I never liked halflings."
What a pretty darn
Not-
lovable, if you ask me.
You're not alone.
All right, so you head with her, and you go into one of the boats, the one that's upriver, by the way. Let me go ahead and share with this. And she brings you into the captain's quarters, and sitting there, and I couldn't resist it, so don't blame me. I'm male.
Oh,
Here
oh
is
God.
Mayor Redmayne.
Hey!
Yeah, baby. That's a pirate. That's a pirate I approve of.
Oh
right.
my God. All right. I just make a I kind of bow a little bit and I say Mayor Redmayne.
You've
I
heard of
presume.
me, she says.
We were just in a small fishing town that let us know that your current predicament.
Rockington. They have suffered as we all have.
Indeed.
So who are you and what brings you here? You are obviously not on the side of the wolves.
Hardly. We are a band from Cork, or what is left of it. And we have come here in an attempt to free the women that were taken.
I see. So you are confirming that they have moved on the East Coast. That is unfortunate.
Unfortunately.
And as far as your women go, you might not want them back.
Well, at the very least, we can give them the peace of eternity.
Interesting coming from a priest of Coraline. But nevertheless. Why are you here?
After what
You are not
after
of
what
this
we've
island.
seen. No, I came here at the behest of my god. I go where he wills, and he willed me here.
Interesting. So why are you fighting them?
They murdered the entire town of Cork,
They are not your people.
and some of our people were among them.
I see.
We came here
So-
to build a monastery, and these monsters do not delineate.
I see. Revenge, then.
To an extent.
Well, me and my men are simply trying to do what little we can, which is little. The encampment of the wolves, the Black Bloods in Farview is a really small contingent. As far as what I understand, the army to the north is 1,000 strong.
That was our assessment as well.
Moray shall fall.
Moray may fall, but it is possible that we can prevent that. Among the wolves, you're probably aware that there is a mage,
Angus.
Black Angus, and he is utilizing his ability to create portals to allow them to move at will. This is what's allowing them to run rampant across this island.
I am well aware
We
of
need
his
him
artifact.
dispatched. So it is an artifact.
It is. Everything he has seems to be artifact based, but then again, he keeps ranting on about how he is touched in the chosen of Malar. Something going on. I've heard this thing of chosen before, but he seems convinced that he is a chosen.
Is he a werewolf as well?
I do not know.
You know Fairview quite well. In fact, obviously you know it better than pretty much anyone. Is there some way we can get into the compound so that we can dispatch him?
Well, we have certainly made our own attempts, and there are ways into the town that could be secretive. There is no actual secret chamber or secret patch, but we could get you in. I don't know how effective it would be. He is quite powerful, and he is surrounded at all times by guards, and particularly he is protected by Earjuk the Bold. And I don't know that you have what it takes to defeat him.
How do you spell that guy's name?
Earjuk. I-R.
Oh, Earjuk.
I-R-G-O-R-I-K. Earjuk.
Earjuk the Bold is what his name was?
Mm-hmm.
The Bold. And is Earjuk a werewolf as well?
Oh, most certainly.
All right. I described the wolf that was leading the attack on Cork. Is that him?
It is him.
I see. Yes, we've run afoul of him before.
He's extremely powerful.
He is. Perhaps if we pool our resources together, we might be able to draw his defenses away. At the very least, if we destroy the artifact that he's using.
You see the men. You see the men standing outside. There were about 30
Yes.
of them. Yes. I had 5 times that number. We are done fighting. We are heading to Dinale. We'll see if we cannot join forces there and be of more use.
I see.
I barely have enough to move one ship. The other one will have to stay.
Do you know
This
where they're
is a
keeping the
lost
women?
cause.
Do you know where they're keeping the women?
Yes, they keep them in the wheat cellars.
How many of them? What number are we talking about?
It's been a while since I've been there, but it was over 100 at the time. Giving birth to wolves at 1 month upon another month upon another month. They are mad and insane, and they are tortured with magical cancers and other depravities.
I see. I understand that. I understand your desire to leave. Is there any way you could at least help us get into the city to at least attempt this? You don't have to go with us.
I'll happily give you a map.
I appreciate it.
So
And
she takes a few minutes. Of course, you can ask more questions you like. She takes out a map of the city, and she lays down a route that would be the most discreet. So mark down in your inventory, please, that you have a discrete entry map of Farview.
discrete free map Farview. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate this. From what you're telling me, rescuing these women is going to be next to impossible, and most likely death is the only answer for them.
Well, how would you walk them out of the city even if you could get to them quietly? They're howling mad, quite literally. It is truly an abomination what has been done. And I do not understand why this was allowed to happen. Why have the gods allowed Moray to fall into such straits? Why is Malar allowed to walk amongst us?
I don't know. When I find him, I'll ask him.
Find him? What do you mean?
I have an artifact that will allow me will force him to give me an audience.
You are searching for Malar?
Not at the moment, but eventually, I would like to see him.
I know where he is.
You know where he is?
I do.
Where?
She brings up a map of Moray. And she says that he has been staying around the deep forest. You must have passed it on your way in, which you guys did.
Yeah.
So you walked right past him, basically, somewhere in that 10-mile wide or so forest Malar is residing.
Interesting. Very well. When do you plan on leaving?
With the tide, we were planning on leaving today, but then we saw your actions and we thought that you deserved at least a conversation.
I appreciate that. So you're leaving tomorrow on the tide?
That's right.
Very good. If we were to return before you leave, would you be willing to give us passage?
Certainly. Could use the hands. Matter of fact, with your small group, we might be able to move both boats.
I'm appreciative. I'm going to, if it's all right with you, I'd like to talk with my compatriots and see what decisions we make going forward from here.
You are not prisoners. She stands up and she leads you out of the boat. As she's coming down the ramp, she says, return their possessions, and which are immediately done. And she goes over and starts talking with a few of the pirates, as they look like, and you head back over to your group.
Okay.
I'm going to relay everything that she told me to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, while they were gone, could I possibly have done like a performance, like so they come back and we're all just like partying and stuff.
You most certainly could do anything you want. If you cast magic upon them, that would be considered an offensive act. These guys, if you're just entertaining, they're in no mood. Of course, you can do whatever you like, though. These people are very dour. They're not happy. They don't seem to have any particular rage toward you guys, but they're just they're defeated.
Yeah.
so I can't try and lift their spirits.
Well, I mean, you could try. It just it could go against you. Is all I'm saying.
That's never stopped. Never
Yeah, I
stopped.
was
Hint,
about to say.
hint,
Here we
hint,
go.
hint, hint.
Here we go.
I have to play my character.
No, he does.
No, go for it,
And,
man.
you can most
I do it.
certainly.
No, go for it, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll this.
Sing one of the songs that you learned when you were a fisherman.
I actually might do that. Okay, so that. Oh wow, that's a total of 25.
All right.
of my
Ooh,
performance.
Wow.
So,
Lift them spirits.
yes, you do lift their spirits to a point, and of course you didn't fail, so they're not going to murder you, which is good. So sing your song, sir.
'Twas a cold and frosty morning in December, and all of me money it was spent. Where it all went I can't remember, but down into the shipping office went. And Paddy lay back, taking your slack. Take a turn around the Campstead heave a pole. About ship station, boys, be handy. We're bound for Rathcalla in the morn.
Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Claps. Definitely claps.
Brought a tear to my eye, man.
Good lord, that was beautiful.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Do keep in mind we are in the Forgotten Realms. There is no December. But
I forget, but I did change the name of the place that we're going, so.
That's cool. No, that's good, dude. I love the fact that you have music prepared. That's very bardish. Good on you, dude. And you do raise their spirits, and to a point, and they do seem more happy when you come down, cleric. A little more chatty, and they actually were starting to talk to the party directly and stuff. So if anybody here has any kind of specific question you'd like to ask one of the dudes before the cleric and Redmayne come down, then go ahead and ask it.
No, but I would like to say that I did do one thing while, because one of them was starting to get too close to Lacey. So I leaned in and gave her a kiss on the cheek to like kind of show dominance, and
Possession.
she instantly slapped me, but then blushed. She slapped me, but then she blushed.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right.
and that's the only thing that happened.
All right. I'll allow it. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so awesome. There's the situation. The Mayor Redmayne has laid it out. Of course, the cleric relays the information to you, and of course, we're sitting on our 2 hours. Interesting place to stop, I think. The last little bit of conversation I'd like to have, if you don't mind, is what's the plan? They will be leaving this place in about 24, 28 hours or so.
Yeah, so we have that long to get in there and do what we're going to do.
And we're just gonna try and mess up or steal or break the
The artifact.
artifact. Okay.
If we
turn.
can't, and if maybe we could split up and some of us can destroy the breeding pens, maybe set a fire.
I don't want to split the party.
Yeah, let's
Gentle
not do that.
focus.
I do.
My time,
I do.
except.
I
Split
know
the
you
party.
do. Yeah, splitting the party is
can I make
bad.
a suggestion, because you guys are talking
Sure.
a lot.
Sorry.
I would like to go see the god and talk to him, since he's so close.
You just by yourself?
Unless you're cowards.
I'm a coward. I'm with Lacey.
That is a day
No,
behind
I-
you,
I-
just so you know.
Yeah, we do that
Um,
now. We've written off any chance of escape to Dinale.
Yep.
Fine.
Well, we could always traverse it there ourselves. I'm just thinking that this is a good way to get out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking
Um,
we do
Things go wrong.
a Mission Impossible, go in there,
Talking,
sabotage,
Yeah.
and then get out, and do it all within, before the
24
tide.
hours.
We do it fast enough, we can get our own boat.
The other thing is, though, I do agree with Laszlo. I do want to talk. I do want to have this face off with Malar. But it might be something we have to do after this.
Yeah, I don't see how any good's going to come of it, but
You are a coward.
no, I'm sensible.
You are.
You're an idiot.
And but when we came here, our primary mission was to stop their ability to traverse, and also to rescue Baran's mother if possible. But it's looking like it's more like it's going to be a mercy killing than anything else.
Well, not just their ability to traverse, but to replenish their troops.
Yes.
I mean, they're going to be in the thousands. Of as many women as they've captured,
according to Redmayne, they're already in the 1,000. They're already upwards of 1,000
to the north.
Yeah.
Malar's got to be drunk with what I'm saying. He's got to be drunk with power, and just it would be suicide going there. I didn't mean to call you an idiot. I just think it's a foolish endeavor to go there.
I think.
It's absolutely possible that when we go to talk to him, he's going to talk to us, but afterward he may just kill us.
Yeah, I think Fairview, if we could find a way to silently get in there, maybe take away that artifact, or at the very least, the women who are captured, put them out of their misery. Either of those options is probably going to dramatically, at least, help for the time being.
Yeah.
If we could steal it, imagine like the awesomeness that we could do with that artifact. Be able to teleport around, make portals.
Steal it, take it, or taking it or destroying it. That's the two things that I'm thinking we should do.
Oh, this is a mission worth dying for. You'd like to take? I think this is a mission worth dying for. We could save.
Oh yeah.
We could save this island.
Possibly.
I am also partial to just leaving though. Well, Cornelius is. He is ready to go. He's like, well, I mean, I'll do whatever, but there's a way out right here.
Considering who we are and where we've come, I think we need to at least try to make the attempt.
After that wonderful song,
I will follow where that.
This is my.
I speak to the god.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we seem to have ideas. This has turned into Mission Impossible, and I'm going to have to find some Mission Impossible music. Sounds good. But nevertheless, guys, we are at the end of our 2 hours. This is a great place to stop and start tomorrow. We literally have like a 24-hour period for them, the guys, to be successful or not. And interesting. The plot has certainly thickened, has it not? We do appreciate all you guys coming in here and joining us and be part of this. And do keep in mind that tomorrow we have a normal comics news today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we have on the Thursday the Drone Recorded Fan Edition, which we love for you guys to come and see that as well. And also remember that this week on TFT, Tinfoil Talk, we will be doing Hollow Earth. Ooh, that is exciting. But other than that, anybody here have anything they want to say before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Can I plug my book?
Sure, go right ahead.
Go check out Megawatt versus Vampires of the Sun on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, just launched the beginning of October. So
now you're actually going to be on the show here in tomorrow, maybe. Or are you on Thursday?
I think Matt's going to be on the show. I'm not sure if I'll be able to be on or not.
Well, the book is on the show. Yeah. So definitely come back and check that out. I believe that's tomorrow, right? Or is it Thursday? Let me check real quick. I got it open so I can check it real quick. Let me see here.
Check out Little Girl Lethal on Indiegogo.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
So there you go. That's my plug.
Yeah, Little Girl Lethal. Absolutely. Sugar Lightspeed, man. It's awesomeness. Definitely come back tomorrow and check out the book that GOP's working on. It is awesome. So anybody else?
I'm looking forward to see GOP's book.
No, absolutely, dude. So am I. Yeah. All right. And, of course, Crypto will be on tomorrow to talk about it. So that should be fun. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. And no namaste today. Just sadness. Lots of sadness. Later, everybody.
Later.
Bye.